we have two selves. You have a higher self and a lower self. Our lower self is the lower self is like the ego. The higher self is the spirit. They have a job to do when they can combine and create something out of out of I want to say nothing, out of source and out of spirituality, out of that blackness, and bring it into light and manifest it, and it comes to fruition. That's where, that's what this is about, and it starts, you can't really share your vision, like that. Something that you create with your mind, you can share it. Don't get me wrong, you can share it, but you don't share it by, talking it, telling somebody what it looked like. You can tell me what you see when you driving 100 miles an hour down the highway on the autobahn, out of that Porsche, right? You can tell me what it looked like, and I'm not going to be able to see it. You could tell me the best way you could, if you was to take a photo or a video of it, right? And you said, man, this is what I created with, my idea, and I was in Germany and da da da. That you did a better job of showing me, because it was like hands on, right? But it starts with the mind, right? And how you see your world and how you go about creating it, all right? And that's you take where you at right now. This version right here, right now, started back when, you understand? And every micro decision that was made was like a fork in the road that brought you to the present. The present's a gift, no lie. Now we have to move the goalposts, because now, with our experiences and the information and the data, we know we got to take it further. And this video might not be for everybody. Some people, have, are complacent, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But to the ones that know it's more something else, that we're gonna pivot and go into the next chapter. I got more work to do. I got more. I see something else I can do, right? It may require, if you haven't done it. Not saying if you haven't done it on this software, sometimes it requires you to reinvent yourself, especially especially in a certain demographic of men. You understand? When we're on that journey to, being fulfilled in life, and through fulfillment, I don't mean in terms of whatever fulfillment is for you. You see, that's another elephant in the room. Fulfillment for me might not be fulfillment for you. And you'll know because, when you're happy, like, it's a happy thing. And sometimes to get to happiness, you have to reinvent yourself. Because let's say the old version of myself, right, was attached and tied to old things that are no longer conducive to, what I'm creating, the world that I'm creating, or the world that I created. Put it that way, in past tense. Certain things along my journey, along this road, was no longer conducive to the world that I've created. So we had to, whether we did it intentionally or not, the goalpost was moved, and certain adjustments had to occur. These are happenings. You understand? And you never limit yourself or put false limits on yourself, especially placed by others. Like, if you had that teacher that said, you wasn't going to amount to anything in life, right? And you took that to heart, right? Or you had, someone on the playground said something to you that was like foul, or you've been through that situation that really took a lot out of you, made you restart. Restarting, a lot of people, it's uncomfortable. I had to restart a lot of times. Start a new life. Shout out Ace. She used to say, "Yo, Drew, I'm on starting up a new life." That was fire. And we used to have an inside joke and laugh about that. But that's the way it is.